Lots of interesting things to cover today and insights on 1 Degree Outside Weather Network meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. Wildfire smoke update, some United States dust all the way from Africa and the Sahara. I'll let you know where. Weekend details, there's a clear winner for us, and the latest drought update. That's what we'll start with. And there's been no significant change in the drought monitor, but one small but meaningful change has taken place, and that's right in eastern Massachusetts. For Boston, just north and south of the city, no longer in severe drought right now. That's, to put it in perspective, a 5% reduction in Massachusetts compared to last week. Still all the way from eastern Rhode Island, including all of eastern Massachusetts, the Cape, the islands, southeastern New Hampshire, and far southern Maine are in areas of severe drought. Let's shift to smoke, and we'll talk about upper level smoke and then the surface smoke, okay? So the thickest, obviously near and around the wildfires, but the jet stream bringing it right into the northeast and down through the mid-Atlantic. It actually gets thickest from Philly down through DC, some of it coming into Virginia and North Carolina too, as we had during the day on Friday. We temporarily clear out. Though Friday evening, there are some signs some high thin smoke may come back in across central New England and then shift into southern New England Friday evening and night. So Saturday morning, it will be a bit of a hazy appearance to the sky. At the surface, there won't be a ton. We get some clearing, kind of like we had Wednesday night into Thursday. Same thing for Thursday night into Friday. Surface smoke extending down through the mid-Atlantic, thick across portions of western Pennsylvania, and then back up in through central Canada, of course. For us, Friday evening, there may be just a little bit that you could smell in far southwestern New England. That would increase Friday night into Saturday morning. But notice kind of the shading in the legend here. It's very light. Again, maybe from the Berkshires back through western Connecticut, you get that little bit of a scent of it, but this will be an issue for days and weeks to come with the jet stream kind of shifting and bringing some of those plumes nearby. So we'll of course keep you posted on that. From smoke to dust now, we have plumes of dust that come off the western coast of Africa from the Sahara. So these are the deeper browns you see here. They come all the way across the Atlantic, and notice where they're going, being steered by the jet stream as well, with some dust being reported across the southeastern United States, the southern plains as well. Very light, but it is going to be a thing that you're going to hear about over the coming couple of days. With these plumes that come off of the west coast of Africa, they also help to inhibit thunderstorm development and potential tropical development. It's called the Saharan air layer. So it's just something else interesting in terms of the tropics, where of course it's been a record low season. There are a couple different areas I do want to mention briefly, though. One little tropical wave coming off of the west coast of Africa has a very low but present chance of potential development. National Hurricane Center putting that at about a 10% risk. There's also another little cluster that may develop in the northeast Gulf over the course of this weekend. Very low chance of development, but watching it closely here over the next several days, they put the 7-day chance of any potential development at about 10%. So a couple different things, at least we're eyeing and watching closely in the Gulf. For us here at home, it's quiet for our Friday. High pressure builds in, a beautiful day overall. Again, some of that wildfire haze comes back by Friday evening and night. Here's the deal on Saturday. The morning starts dry. Clouds increase. There will be a system approaching from the west, warm front and cold front. So what happens here is we get some pockets of showers, some downpours, some thunder that increase in coverage by Saturday afternoon, evening, and continue into the overnight until this cold front sweeps through. Great news here is it's pushing off the coastline by Sunday. So for that reason, Sunday is my pick of the weekend. There may be a lingering shower, particularly in the mountains, but overall drier air comes into play. Start of next week looks beautiful with high pressure control and dry weather anticipated ahead of the next disturbance that will approach by later on Tuesday. So we're a couple days out, right? But I do want to give you kind of a zoomed in view so you can make your plans with ease for Saturday. So the morning, again, starts dry. There may be an isolated shower here in western New England. Don't focus on the exact placement, but kind of the overall theme. Saturday morning, you have plans, you're okay. Saturday, even midday to early afternoon is okay. Notice lunchtime, there may be some pockets of rain in Vermont. Here's the warm front, right? So what happens when we get into this warm and increasingly humid air mass is we pop some downpours and thunder, and that will become the case Saturday afternoon, early to mid-afternoon. And I do think it's going to kind of be split. Some pockets of rain in the north, thunderstorms in between, and then some areas of rain down along the south coast to the Cape. Notice by late afternoon and evening, there's some deeper oranges, yellows in here. So scattered downpours and thunderstorms. A few of the storms could be on the stronger side during the day on Saturday, late afternoon and evening. Localized flooding potential, all of this continuing to sweep through Saturday evening and night. So there'll still be some pockets of rain around until after midnight. Things start to wind down, and then Sunday is a much quieter start. So I want to give you a look at Saturday so you can make your plans with ease. I do anticipate mainly dry conditions in the morning, even until lunchtime. There'll be an isolated shower possible. Vermont gets into some action by midday, but still much of the region experiencing dry conditions. Then a warm front comes in, and when we get this increasingly warm and humid air mass, we're going to pop some downpours and storms. So there's going to kind of be a split here. I think some rain in the North Country, some rain along the South Coast, some thunderstorms and downpours in between. And some of the storms, particularly Saturday, late afternoon and evening, you notice could be on the stronger side. Some downpours, some localized flooding, some brief gusty wind as well. That is a threat we'll watch closely. It does look like pockets of rain will continue into the evening, and then eventually we get one more round that comes through from west to east around or after midnight before we start to see some improvement. Sunday morning, you notice most of it is done aside from an early shower pre-dawn, and then temperatures will be running in the 70s and 80s, variable clouds with a stray sprinkle left over. So for that reason, yeah, Sunday is the pick. Free 5-star weather app. It's the best thing to have as you're out and about. Location alerts turn on. You'll get our notifications as well. Interactive radar. Make sure it's in past plus future mode so you can see where things are, where they're going to be headed as you're out and about on Saturday. Again, don't focus on the exact number here, but I do want to give you kind of a ballpark estimate of what to expect for rainfall. And again, I think it's going to be split. Far north, New England has the best shot of about an inch. Same for the immediate south coast, like a half an inch to an inch. In between, I think there will be some lower amounts. Let's put it either side of about a quarter to a half an inch. But of course, in any downpours or thunderstorms that may come through, we may spike those numbers in some cities and towns. So at least a decent amount of rain coming. We're just going to watch that severe threat closely. All right, numbers-wise, 70s and 80s for our Friday, but the dew point, 40s to lower 50s. Nice dry air, comfortable humidity levels, 50s and 60s from north to south Friday night. Saturday's up around 80 or into the 80s as that warmth and humidity comes in. In fact, the dew point, you notice, does climb. So southwestern New England especially, expect increasing humidity for everybody across the board as that humidity surges in. Far northern New England, particularly in northern Maine, takes the longest to get into some of that as the warm front lifts north. So increasing humidity Saturday, and then dropping humidity Saturday night as the cold front comes in. So low temperatures on Saturday, generally running in the 60s. Sunday will be either side of 80 degrees, but the dew point is down. The one exception would be southeastern Massachusetts to the Cape, which hangs on to some humidity a little bit longer before we see it drop. Monday, beautiful day, honestly, low humidity. Temperatures in the 80s. We'll see if some of that wildfire smoke can come back. I know humidity is super important, and along with the feels like forecast, and it's included a 2-week feels like forecast in each of our membership levels. We've got 4 levels to choose from. So many of you have been signing up, and we are so thankful for your support. All the details on what each membership level includes is at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this 1 Degree Outside video.
Get exclusive content, support the mission at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And don't forget, free and 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. Search the number 1 Degree Outside weather.